7 Laws of Noah. God's plan for living a good life, and the rules God gave to Noah and his children for living properly in the world. By Rabbi Yair Chamiel.
We looked at the trees. Without a house, street, or light, then a few months later, there were new homes. What a sight!
We saw big fields of green, with only grass on the ground. Then a few months later, tall buildings were found.
Did they pop up at random? Or grow from a rock that was there? No. We know there must be a builder who designed them with care.
In much the same way, this world did not just appear. Everything was planned and designed with thinking and care, it is clear.
The world's builder is God who makes everything and constantly watches it, summer, fall, winter, and spring. God wants us to live in a beautiful, wonderful place, so He created a whole universe, putting each star and planet in their place.
God creates the rocks, water, and air, and all the living things as well. He gave all people rules to live by, the commandments that this book will tell.
Long ago there lived a man, Noah was his name. He was a righteous person, while others fought and had no shame.
They didn't care about each other, they only killed, hurt, and stole. They took each other's spouses, doing good was not their goal. Their court said harming others was a great thing to always do. When God looked at who was good, it was only Noah and his family too.
God decided He would flood the world to clean it up completely. After Noah would build a boat called an ark to save all kinds of animals and his family.
All the people laughed and joked while Noah built this boat. He said, "Be good or a flood will come." But they only came to laugh and gloat. Noah's family gathered fruits and grains, so they and the animals could stay alive. Then God sent pairs from all the creatures, to enter the ark where they would survive.
God said, "Take 7 pairs of each pure kind, to bring sacrifices on arrival." Once Noah and the rest got off the ark, to thank Him for their wondrous survival.
When Noah's family came off the ark, God gave them 7 special rules, so their children could all live in peace, not like before when the people were fools.
From Noah's story we can be certain, God makes and cares for each thing, whether an ocean or a mountain, a person or a bird's wing. God made every person with thought, love, and concern, to follow the 7 laws of Noah, which we need to learn.
Some brave people fight fires that burn, other people teach children and help them learn. Others build houses or farm the lands, but all have these rules on which the world stands.
God created this world and everything. Looking at the world should cause us to sing. We've been given the resources that we need. If we all work together, we can succeed. We must care for each other too, helping each other to learn and to do. Taking care of animals, plants, soil, and water can be fun for each son and each daughter.
The first commandment is knowing there is one God alone. We should praise Him directly, without a go-between or cell phone. One must believe only in God who cannot be described, who created the universe and everything that's inside.
He can see every person and everything else too. How we act, speak, and think, and all the things that we do. One can't think that a person, a place, plant, animal or anything can take the place of God who created and runs everything.
One must have faith only in God, that He alone runs everything. It is forbidden to have idols or to pray to any created thing. You can understand that God is one. He doesn't need helpers to get something done. One must have faith only in God, that He alone runs everything. It is forbidden to have idols or to pray to any created thing. You can understand that God is one. He doesn't need helpers to get something done.
Take time to thank God for all the good He creates. And know He is in charge. And He makes no mistakes.
Complaining and disrespect, any bad language too, should never be used about God who loves you. If something not good happens, or someone's hurt, it's a test. We know God is in control, so it will turn out for the best.
We should praise the one God. All children big or small should pray to Him for their needs and thank Him daily for all.
We should only bless others and not speak any unkind thing, neither about God or about anyone that we've heard or we've seen.
We need to thank God, who makes all things with care. And also to thank people, who help and who share.
The third commandment God gave Noah, when he stepped out into the sun, was to respect the life God gave us, and not to murder or harm anyone. The body that we have is a gift from God above. Then He puts a soul in each of us, and this shows us His love.
One should always be cautious. Not to get angry or yell. Instead of thinking of punches, be first to help others be well. Murder is taking God's gift of life. So don't destroy this great gift in a moment of strife.
We must not embarrass people or yell at them in haste, they turn red and it's painful, it hurts and leaves a bad taste.
We must respect others' lives, if they're sick help them get well. That's a good deed we should do if someone's old or they fell.
You save the whole world, when you help save a life, keeping God's world running with less pain and less strife.
The fourth commandment God told to Noah and his family, was who we can marry, to keep the world running properly. The world was created by God, to fill with people as He willed. That brings Him delight through the families they build.
To marry and have blessings, we need to be aware that who's allowed as man and wife was designed by God with great care.
God blessed us to fill the world, caring for it while we grow. So our marriages must reflect how to make that so. A man and woman make a pair that can marry happily. Parents and their children cannot marry. No brothers with sisters in their family.
The fifth commandment to Noah is not taking what someone owns, whether it's clothes, a gift, a toy or yummy ice cream cones. God gives to each person things that he may need. Something stolen from anyone can't be used to do a good deed.
We know that every item, whether huge or small, was made with care by God, so He owns them all. Then God gives to all people those things that are theirs, so don't steal no matter how small, not a penny or cloths a friend wears.
When it happens that things were taken by someone who didn't ask to borrow, that person should give it back, and apologize before tomorrow.
A nail is very small, and may seem not to matter, but without it, the window may fall and shatter. If one takes a thing that isn't his, regardless of the cost, the thing it was intended for can't be done and now is lost.
Taking a toy from a friend, or hiding it away, are examples of robbery, from which we must stay away. So, help others keep their things from being taken away. This helps to keep the world going in a peaceful way.
Taking things without asking will leave a bad feeling. It should never be done, it's another form of stealing.
The sixth commandment from God to Noah and his family was that getting meat from animals must be done without cruelty. This wasn't told to Noah until he left the ark to live. Before that no one could eat meat, then permission God to give.
God said keep a watchful eye. When killing an animal to eat, one must wait for it to die, before taking parts as meat. From this we learn to treat animals with care, don't hurt them, starve or tease them, for that would not be fair.
The seventh commandment to Noah was a very special one. Our leaders must make courts of law to be sure these 7 rules are done. A court should watch that people do not murder, steal, or cheat, whether in their place of business, in their homes or on the street. To help children grow and live, they should learn good laws in school. Then people can live happily in peace, not doing anything mean or cruel. Even the laws of driving, where and when cars can go safely. Let people carefully cross the street, and give warnings to drive slowly.
Courts help people know their duty, so everyone can live their life, following God's commandments without stress or fights and strife. The court should also see that people are helped to live. If someone is starving without food, we make a place with food to give.
We know that God is always there watching what we do, listening to our prayers, and providing for us too. You should say thank you to God before you drink or eat. He creates your food and cares for you, from your head down to your feet. We can pray in our own words to God for all our needs, good health, a home, clothing, or that food grows from seeds.
God puts each thing where it is. If something seems to happen by chance, then it's something you are meant to see, as part of God's plan in advance.
Our parents brought us into the world, which they didn't have to do. They give us the chance to do so much, to learn and to grow. It's true, so we need to honor our parents. It's something God expects us to do. Hurry to help them with what they need, and always make them proud of you.
Don't argue with your parents, keep your rooms clean and neat, ask permission to go out, and let them know which friends you'll meet. We teach little brothers and sisters that they must do these things too. This is another great way to give parents the honor they're due. God is like a parent, He watches and guides us all. You must follow what He commands for you, whether it's something large or small.
Being kind to others, when they're poor, as you can tell, leads us to be kind and generous, helping hungry people to eat well. We should give charity freely, be quick to do this very good deed. Joining with God to care for all life means helping those in need. The world has many hungry people, who need help in the days and the nights. The money you give can buy them food, or even help them pay for the lights.
The things your friend has may be nice, colorful, and fun. But since they're not yours, you shouldn't take even one. Wanting another person's thing can happen if it's pretty and nice. So if it's something you think you need, ask your parents for their advice.
Don't hurt a person's feelings. Or tell gossip to get a grin. Whether it's a sister or a brother, a stranger or your cousin. Don't make fun of others, with words, looks, or pictures too. Don't do to other people what you wouldn't want done to you. When someone's feelings are hurt, they can turn white like a sheet. Embarrassing others should not be done. It's a bad trait we have to defeat.
We should strive to be friendly, and help out each other, treating every other person like a sister or a brother.
For in truth, we are all children of Noah and Nama his wife. It's not so hard to get along, just remember this lesson in life.
Every person, animal, tree, plant, rock and breath of air, was carefully made by God, with His special thought and care. Each one serves a special purpose, and is needed for some good. We must recognize it's God's design, and treat each one as He says we should.
When we see people without friends, who don't seem to quite fit in, because they don't have popular clothes, or they look too large or too thin, know that God made them this way, and He wants to see what you will do. Will you be friendly and include them, and treat them as others should treat you?
When we follow God's rules, and all live as we should, God will reward us with a world of plentiful, wonderful, good. A world with plenty of food, where no one will go hungry, and all the laws will be kept. So no court will need a jury.
With Noah's laws we hold the key, to make a world that's problem-free. It's up to you and up to me, to share them with friends and family. Then we'll have the Holy Temple here again, a house of prayer for every nation, the place where godliness will dwell, with miracles beyond imagination.
The King Moshiach from the line of David, will teach God's wisdom far and wide. It's for this that the world was created, and when you help you give God pride.